Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to treat this WASSCE 2025 General Mathematics Question 1. It states that a private vehicle travels between two towns, Lobby and Pojo, covering the first half of the distance at an average speed of 60 kilometers per hour and the second half at 90 kilometers per hour. The total distance between the two towns is 300 kilometers. A. Calculate for the entire journey the average speed of the vehicle. B. If the speed of the vehicle in the first half of the journey is reduced to 50 kilometers per hour, determine its effect on the overall time. So let's see how we go with this question. Okay, so first, let's try to sketch what the question is saying. We are going to move from a community A to another community or town A to town B, where my town A is Lobby. So let's identify that over here. Let's put the circle over here as what? My Lobby, represented as L, and then another town over here represented as P. Now from this we know that there's distance between these two communities. Covering this distance from the question, we can see that the total distance between these two towns is 300 kilometers. So I can put that over here, 300 kilometers. Then half of it is going to be what? 150 kilometers. Okay, so now let's proceed. Let's break this further. Now we have to identify that the speed, the relation between speed, time, and distance is going to be our speed is actually the distance covered over the total time taken to cover such distance. So we are going to use this relation to find the time that was taken for the average speed, that is to cover what? The half of the distance. Finding that our speed given to us is what? Is 60 kilometers per hour. But first, let's make the time the subject here. Finding time over here, we are going to realize that my t is going to be equal to my distance covered, the distance covered over what? The speed taken. Okay. Then I can decide to first find what? The first time taken and then the second time taken. The first time taken being the first half of the distance, then the second time taken being the second half of the distance covered. So what will be my T1, which is my first time taken, will be the first what? The distance covered, and that distance is 150 kilometers. So this is 150 what? Kilometers. This is over what? This is over what? The speed taken. The speed taken for the vehicle is what? 60 kilometers per hour. So here is what? Our 60 kilometers per hour. Then we can cancel this. The kilometers also cancel. You realize that 3 into 15 is 5. 3 into 6 is 2. So our T1, which is the first time taken by the vehicle, is our T1 is actually what? 5 over 2. 5 over 2 what is left with hours? 5 over 2 hours. Then we proceed to find the second time. To find the T2, my T2 is also going to be equal to. So we know that for the average, now the question proceeds to say that the second half at what? 90 kilometers per hour, which is the speed to take from the second half to Pojo. So that is going to be equal to what? My first, the distance still remain the same, which is the second half, 150 kilometers over the speed taken, where that speed is what? 90 kilometers per hour. Then over here, this 0 cancels this 0. The kilometers take away this kilometers. 3 into 15 is 5. 3 into 9 is what? Is 3. So my final T2 is equal to, my T2 is equal to 5 over 3 hours. Then we now realize that it means that here my T1 is here. This is what my T2. Then if you put the two of them together, it gives me the total time that the vehicle used to cover the 300 kilometers. So the total time now, my total time will be equal to my T1 plus my T2. But what is my T1? My T1 here is 5 over 2. So this is equal to 5 over 2 hours plus 5 over 3 hours. And what is this going to give us? This is just the same as 5 times 3, which is what? 15 15 plus, this is plus 2 times 5 is 10 all over 6. Okay. So my total time taken will be what? 25 over 6. 25 over 6 hours. So this is the total time taken. Now the question proceeds to say that let's find out the average speed. We've now gotten the total time. What will now be what? Our average speed. So from here, my average speed will be equal to, now what is the relationship? Relation here is that the speed is what? The distance over the time. So what is the total distance? The total distance is 300 kilometers. So here I'll have what? My 300 kilometers over the total time taken, which is what? 25 over 6, which is 25 over 6 hours. Okay. So this is the same as what? My 300 times 6 over 5, which is equal to this 5 cancels to here 1. 5 into 30, this is going to be my 60. Okay. So my total, alright, so 5 here, this, yeah, so this will be equal to 72 hours. Okay. Okay, so let's cancel this well. We are realizing that from here, okay, let's put this calculation go over here. This is what we are having, what? Our 300 times what? And 6 over 5. Okay, if we do this carefully, we are going to get 72 hours. So it means that the average speed, okay, the average speed of the vehicle from lobby to Pojo is what? Is 72 kilometers per hour. So the average speed now is what? 72 kilometers per hour. So let's proceed with the B part. Now my B part is saying that if the speed of the vehicle in the first half of the journey is reduced to 50 kilometers per hour. So now for the first time T1, instead of considering our T1 to be 5 over 2, it has been changed. The speed has been changed to what? 50 kilometers per hour. So let's look at that. If the speed has been changed, then what we have to do is that you realize that first we took the distance. The distance is still what? 150 kilometers per hour over what? Over the speed. Now the speed is now 50 kilometers. 50. The speed is now what? Yeah, 50 kilometers. Now this is actually distance. So the distance, you know that distance is measured in just kilometers, not kilometers per hour. Alright, so for that. Okay, so here it will be what? 50 kilometers per hour. The kilometers take away this 0, take away this 5 with itself 1, 5 into 15, this is 3. So we realize that our T1 now is equal to 3. So since our T1, our first time now is equal to 3, let's now find what? The overall time. Finding that overall time, we now have to add the T1 to T2. But already my T2 is what? 5 over 3 hours. So this is in hours. So my new total time is equal to what? My T1 plus my T2. But my T1 now is what? 3 hours plus my T2. My T2 over here is what? 5 over 3 hours. Which is now going to give me what? This is 3 plus 5 over 3. This is the same as 14 over 3, right? This is 14 over 3 hours. Okay, now this is what? Our new time taken, or our new overall time. Now the question says that if the speed of the vehicle in the first half of the journey is reduced to 50 kilometers per hour, okay, determine its speed on the overall time. So we now have to see that since this is the new time, Let's subtract the first time from it, the first total time from it. We subtract from the first total time, then we can now get what? Our new time, the new effect on the time. But our new first total time is what? 25 over 6. So it means that we are going to get what? My 14 over 3 minus 25 over 6. This is going to be what? My change in time. This is equal to the change in time. This will now be what? This is going to give us what? Our 3 over 6. This is 3 over 6. So, and this 3 over 6 is the same as what? 1 over 2, which is the same as what? 30 minutes. So the effect that it will have is that the change will be what? 30 minutes. Thank you. So do all those that of you that have not subscribed, subscribe to this video, subscribe so that others can access this video as well. Join the community whilst we learn the maths together. Thank you.